Greetings, everybody, and welcome to one of the more pleasant days of 2018 spring. It's time for Hutchinson Community College Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network this afternoon. A big doubleheader for the Blue Dragons as they take on the number 9 ranked Highland Scotties. Steve Carpenter with you on an absolutely gorgeous day. And the gorgeous day is the reason we moved games up. This game was supposed to be played tomorrow here at Fun Valley, but in about 24 hours, we're not going to want to be sitting here. The weather is supposed to be just atrocious. Snow coming in, rain, very cold. And with the ability for Highland to be able to play today and the Blue Dragons to be able to play today, it was really kind of a no-brainer to move this up. One switch on the schedule. This was supposed to be a Friday-Saturday doubleheader with Highland and Kansas City. The Kansas City doubleheader was originally moved to Sunday, has now been moved to next Wednesday, April 11th at 2 and 4 p.m. That because of field issues on Sunday here at Fun Valley. We'll keep reminding you of that. But for the Blue Dragons, it's kind of put up or shut up time. The Blue Dragons come in with a tremendous record of 23-5, 8-4 in the Jayhawk East. But 4 of the losses that they have been administered to have come to teams in front of them in the Jayhawk Conference. Now they get a crack at another one of those teams in the Highland Scotties. These two teams split a year ago up at Highland, and now for Jamie Rose, she's really happy with the record, but not real happy with how the teams got there. And when we talk with her in the pregame chat here in just a few moments, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Jamie wants better execution all the way across the board in all 3 phases of the game. And that's what she's looking for in this one. So the Highland Scotties come in, one of the powers of the Jayhawk East. And the Blue Dragons, if the 2018 team wants to make a statement and prepare itself for down the road, especially in Topeka, this is a afternoon that becomes of huge importance to them. The Blue Dragons in game number 1 will send staff ace DJ Cannon to the circle. She is 11-3 or 11-2 going into this one. And she'll be opposed by Julissa Ortega, one of the fine starting pitchers for the Scotties. Ortega's record comes in with a record of 2-2. So we are going to take a break, and we'll return with more right after this. This is Blue Dragon Baseball. Excuse me, Blue Dragon Softball. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter speaking with the head coach of the Blue Dragons softball team, Jamie Rose, before this very big Jayhawk East doubleheader with the Highland Scotties. Really, Jamie, there's no words that can describe how big this is. You look at the conference standings, and it says all it needs to say.
Well, if we want to move out of fifth place or have a chance to move out of fifth place, we got to take a game from Highland today.
They come in after pounding Cloud County yesterday. You guys come off a decisive Tuesday doubleheader sweep of Independence. How do you feel coming in?
Well, I think we got to play better. If you look at our record, and we've been winning games, but up to this point, we haven't beat anybody that's in the standings ahead of us. We're 1-5 against the teams ahead of us. So we got to play better.
And I'm assuming you mean all the way around. Execution offensively, better execution in certain pitch counts in the circle, better defense. You're talking about better execution all the way around, right?
Absolutely. We need to step it up in every aspect, from the offense, the defense, to the base running. We need to clean things up.
Speaking with Jamie Rose before this afternoon's doubleheader with the Highland Scotties. This weekend's all messed up. This game was supposed to be tomorrow. KCK was to be Saturday. Now that is on Wednesday. How are all these changes hurting you guys? Or are they hurting you from really getting into a good flow?
I think time will tell. I know our kids are excited to play in some warm weather today. But then, how the next 4 days without playing and going again affect us, I don't know. Like anything, we'll have to just kind of roll with the punches and practice where we can and hope for the best.
What can you tell us about Highland?
Like every year, they're very fundamentally solid. They're extremely well coached. They come in with a lot of confidence, and you want to beat Highland, you got to play your best.
And in the circle for DJ Cannon and Des Schultz, where are they going to have to execute at their optimum to get these Highland batters out?
The Highland will take advantage of any mistakes, as hopefully we do as well. You're just both of them are gonna have to be able to move the ball in and out and off speed to keep them off balance.
I know you're kind of critical of the team right now, but still 23-5 is 23-5. What are some of the things that you guys have done well to get to this point?
We've, for the most part, done a really good job of two-out hitting, been able to keep innings alive. We scored a lot of runs that way. For the most part, we've played decent defense. Just as of late, it's been a little questionable. But I think overall, when you look at the overall season, our defense has been solid throughout. And we've had very good pitching. There's no way around that. Both DJ and Des have given us extremely good innings, given us a lot of opportunities to win games.
Well, best of luck. Hope we get a pair today. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
The thoughts of HCC head coach Jamie Rose back with the starting lineups in this afternoon's opening pitch. This is Blue Dragon softball. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. We are going to be delayed. One of our umpires has not arrived yet, and we are being told that he may not be coming. So now the coaches are out talking with Assistant Athletic Director Scott Brooks, And the one umpire did show up, and we're going to find out exactly what our options are here. You can't go one-man crew, but it would make no sense for Highland to be here and not play. So I know they're going to be talking here, and we're going to find out a few more things. So I'm going to go down and find out what's going on, and we'll try to give you more here in a few minutes. So stick with us. This is Blue Dragon Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Welcome back to Fun Valley. Sorry for the delay. One of the umpires simply did not show up today, so we have made some phone calls, and we have another umpire en route. He'll be here in about 30 minutes, so we're probably looking at a 45-minute start. We'll keep things going here. We got to figure out if we can start the stream or may have to create a new stream link. So if the game doesn't pop back up here, it'll be on another stream link. But until then, really, there's not a whole lot we can do until the umpire gets here and we can get situated and get going. So, again, right now we are in a delay waiting for a second umpire to show up. We'll be back with you probably in close to a half hour, a little over a half hour here from Fun Valley. So until then, Steve Carpenter, stick with us. We'll see you in a few minutes, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter with you. Both umpires are now here, and the two starting pitchers taking their warm-up tosses. Teams will get a few more warm-up throws in. We shouldn't be too far away from getting started. Hutchinson and Highland. Steve Carpenter with you. Brandon Sams on the controls today, being ably assisted by Thomas Nelson. So the Blue Dragons and Highland's supposed to start at 2 o'clock. One of the umpires didn't show up. Made a few phone calls, and we got a replacement come in from Nickerson, Bill Profit, and we thank him for coming in. When both umpires walked onto the field, they got applause, and that doesn't happen very often to umpires, so they might as well soak it in. Just an absolutely gorgeous day out here at Fun Valley. And again, about 24 hours from now, we're not going to be saying that. We're going to be saying the exact opposite, as weather's supposed to roll in tomorrow. Rain, winds, possibly some snow, and that's one of the reasons this game was moved up 24 hours, or these games up 24 hours to get them in. And again, originally this was supposed to be tomorrow. The KCK doubleheader was supposed to be Saturday. It was pushed back to Sunday. Now it will be Wednesday, April 11th. And we'll work out the logistics of that as well, as that is also my 31st wedding anniversary. And if I want a 32nd, I might want to celebrate the 31st with my wife instead of calling softball. But we'll worry about that later. Kind of get you restarted. For the Blue Dragons, it's kind of put up or shut up time. They come into this afternoon in 5th place in the Jayhawk East. They're 23-5 overall. Winners are 6 in a row and have won 7 of their last 10. But 4 of the 5 losses that have been handed to the Blue Dragons this year have come to teams above them in the Jayhawk East standings. They were 0-2 against Johnson County. Should have won one of those games in Jamie Rose's eyes. And went 1-1 against Labette and should have swept the Cardinals in a wild, wacky affair a few weeks ago right here at Fun Valley. So the Blue Dragons, in their estimation, at minimum, should be at least 10-2 in the league, playing right in the thick. The conference standings as they stand now, Cali by win percentage, they're 11-1 and in first place in the Jayhawk East. Johnson County at 9-1. They trail the Tigers by a full game, but tied in the loss column. Highland, number 9 ranked team in the country, at 13-3 in conference play, 22-5 overall. They are third. Again, these are by percent or winning percentage. Labette fourth at 7-3, and then the Blue Dragons. And then following Hutchinson's Allen, Neosho, Fort Scott, Cloud County, Coffeyville, KCK, and Independence. So the Blue Dragons coming in, they have actually won their last 4 games via the run rule. That likely won't happen today, with a very formidable Highland Scotties team coming in here. This Highland team, one of the perennial powers of the Jayhawk East, under 14th year head coach Heidi Jordan, coming in with a .380 team batting average. They've hit 32 home runs. Pitching, very solid this year, a 3.48 earned run average. And I'm wondering if there was a... Oh, no, Jamie Rose just needed to switch her. I was wondering if we were going to have a lineup change. So, as the managers' meeting gets set to happen, again, to their left, to our right, DJ Cannon, the sophomore from Forward, Texas, taking her warm-ups. Let's get the starting lineups in before we get going on this one. First for the Highland Scotties, again, 22-5 overall, 13-3 in the Jayhawk East, ranked number 9 in the country. Sam Moran will lead it off and play third base for the Scotties. She'll be followed by center fielder Kendra Baldridge batting second. Batting third will be the right fielder Sydney Anderson. Catcher Aubrey Hernandez bats fourth. And batting fifth will be the first baseman Lexi Hodap. Cammie Zimmerman bats sixth and will play second base. Batting seventh will be the designated player Haley Donaldson. Batting in the 8th slot, shortstop Maya Daniels. Batting ninth and playing left field, Alyssa Wesley. Julissa Ortega gets the start in game number 1 for the Highland Scotties, a sophomore, making her 5th start, 2-2 record with a 2.43 ERA. So for the Scotties, it's Moran, Baldridge, Anderson, Hernandez, Hodap, Zimmerman, Donaldson, Daniels, Wesley, and Julissa Ortega in the circle. Starting lineup for the Blue Dragons, 23-5 overall, and 8-4 in the Jayhawk East for 14th-year head coach Jamie Rose. Izzy Godinez, the sophomore shortstop, leads it off. Batting second will be the left fielder, Becca Roberts. Batting in the 3 slot, playing first base today, Raven Bass. She had a grand slam on Tuesday against Independence. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, Kiera DeCrane. Bryn Stockman will bat 5th for Hutchinson and play right field. She'll be followed by the catcher, Cameron Pope, batting 6th. Starting pitcher, DJ Cannon, bats 7th. Batting in the 8 slot and playing second base, Bree Johnson. And batting 9th, playing center field today, Ashton Reynolds. So for the Blue Dragons, it's Godinez, Roberts, and Bass, DeCrane, Stockman, Pope, Cannon, Johnson, and Reynolds. And again, DJ Cannon in the circle for Hutchinson. So the Dragons getting set to take on the Highland Scotties, and for them a huge game as they try to climb up the Jayhawk East ladder, currently in 5th place. But a win today, at least one win today, hopefully two if you're a Blue Dragon fan, will really solidify their spot in the top 4 of the Jayhawk East. So I think the managers' meeting's about over. We'll have introductions here coming up. Blue Dragons coming in with a .360 team batting average. They've left the yard 25 times so far. Pitching-wise, an awesome 2.54 earned run average, and they're fielding at a .964 clip. So the Dragons, over their last 6 games, have won 6 in a row, 4 straight by run rule, including a pair of victories over Independence on Tuesday at Independence in that that wind-blown afternoon down in Indy. Today, the wind hardly feels like there's any. It'll be blowing out of the southwest, roughly 5 miles per hour. With the delay now, we do expect at some point the wind to change around to the northwest and things will get a little bit chillier as the afternoon goes on. But we're pushing towards 70 degrees, and the Blue Dragons getting set to take on the Highland Scotties. Again, this game, or this doubleheader, pushed up one day because of weather, expected bad weather tomorrow. And now the originally scheduled doubleheader against Kansas City, Kansas Community College, will be Wednesday at 2 and 4 p.m. here at Fun Valley. That is Wednesday, April 11th. Keeping an eye on Blue Dragon baseball, they are in Garden City this afternoon. They won the first game 5-0. A great start for the Blue Dragons, and at last check, after 2 innings in game number 2 at Williams Stadium in Garden City, the Blue Dragons lead the Brockbusters 3-1, so we'll keep you up to date on those games as well. Before the day is out, Fun Valley is going to be a busy complex. The Hutch High varsity and junior varsity teams will be playing to our left and behind us, and to our right will be the Nickerson High the softball team from Nickerson. They will be playing over to our right on field number 4. So every once in a while you might see balls drop in from goofy angles. Those are foul balls flying in from other parts of the complex. So a very busy afternoon. I'm also going to have to keep my head on a swivel because home plate on field 2 is lined up just perfectly, and a right-hander who's late on a fastball or rise ball can zing one right over here at the broadcast spot. So it's time for the national anthem here from Fun Valley, and we will have that and be back with the first pitch. The Blue Dragons and the Scotties from Fun Valley here in Hutchinson, Kansas. our national anthem from Fun Valley. And Steve Carpenter with you. Brandon Sams on the camera. Thomas Nelson on the computer. The A-team, as we call ourselves, or at least I just called myself. Brandon's all over that one as well. So getting set for game number 1. We're going to be about 45 minutes delayed because of umpire not showing up and not 100% sure why. Everything's okay. We do know that. It wasn't like an accident or anything, but we had to make a quick call and get Bill Profit in from Nickerson, who just happened to be available. Huge day to find umpires today because there's all kinds of high school teams trying to get their games in before the yucky weather hits tomorrow. So now we take a look at DJ Cannon, a career winner of 30 games, DJ. She comes in with a record of 12-2, making her 15th start, 18th appearance overall. 12-2 with 2 saves and a dazzling 1.959 earned run average. 88 innings pitched, 69 hits allowed, 30 runs, 20 are earned. She has struck out 109 and walked 29, and opponents hitting 208 against. So we are about set to go. It'll be Sam Moran, Kendra Baldridge, and Sydney Anderson here in the first for the Highland Scotties. And welcome to all the Highland fans checking in, including that rascal Russ Karn. So here we go. First pitch of the afternoon is in there for a strike one. First pitch coming at 2:44 p.m. One line foul. And it's 0-2 very quickly. The wind in the 0-2. Got her swinging. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Kendra Baldridge. Kendra Baldridge hitting, get to the right part here. 438, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs, and it's ball 1 to start Baldridge. The wind of the pitch, slice foul. Very quickly, 0-2. Or excuse me, 1-1, pardon me. DJ into the wind. Change up, foul back and through the screen. And it's 1-2 to Baldridge. Cannon's change up. Got her swinging. Cam Pope will have to throw down. Low throw dug out by Raven Bass. And there's 2 away, 2 strikeouts for DJ Cannon to start things off. That'll bring up the right fielder, Sydney Anderson. Anderson hitting .471, 4 home runs, and 31 RBIs. Second to only Aubrey Hernandez is 34 in the RBI department. Cannon's pitch. It checked down. And Anderson checks her swing, ball 1. Cannon working quickly, tries a screwball off the outer edge and misses 2-0. And the Dragons on a 6-game win streak coming into this one. The pitch. That one's looped to center field and down for a hit. Now misplayed by center fielder Ashton Reynolds. Heading for third is Sydney Anderson. Be a base hit and a 2-base error.
Number 25, Aubrey Hernandez.
So kind of a bad play out in center field on a misplay. And now the catcher, Aubrey Hernandez, team high 34 RBIs, hitting .471. She has left the yard 9 times already. And Cannon misses wide. Those are the mistakes that Jamie Rose talked about in the pregame show that you cannot make against this Highland team. The pitch. Slice foul. It's 1-1. The pitch. Foul back. Now it's 1-2. So Cannon a strike away from getting out of it. At worst, right now, it should be runner at first base and 2 away. But with the error compounding problems, it's now the runner at third, 2 away, and a 1-2 count on Hernandez. The pitch popped up, back off the facade, and remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got her swinging, and the inning is over. So DJ works around the error. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and game number 1 is Highland nothing and the Dragons coming up. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. DJ Cannon strikes out the side in the first. Now the Blue Dragons get their first look at Julissa Ortega. Izzy Godinez takes a strike to start things off. Godinez hitting .438, 42 hits, 2 home runs, 22 RBIs, and on base of .477. Pitch a little bit high from Ortega, and it's 1-1. Ortega, a 6-foot sophomore from Goddard. High chopper fielded by the third baseman Moran, pours it across, not in time. There'll be an infield single for Izzy Godinez. It was going to be a tough play. It was a high chopper fielded at the highest point by Moran that she could get to it. But with the speed of Izzy Godinez down the line, it was infield single. And now sophomore left fielder Becca Roberts. Grounded up the middle, got to by the shortstop, and on to first. Not in time, or actually no play. So a 6 unassisted fielder's choice. And now Raven Bass. Roberts at first, now 1 away. Raven Bass hitting .413 with 26 hits, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. Pitch is taken for a ball. Roberts at first base with a team high 15 steals. Highland over the years been very good at stopping opposing running games. The pitch to Bass, a strike at the letters, and it's 1-1. Curveball for a strike. I said more of a drop change, and it's 1-2. Ortega making her 5th start, 14th appearance overall. 2-2 with a 2.43 earned run average. She's worked 40 in the 3rd innings pitched, allowed 49 hits, 20 runs, 14 earned. She has struck out 20 and walked 9. Pitches a little bit high. Snap throw to first by Aubrey Hernandez, not in time. Robert safely at first, and we are doing 2-2 pitch to Raven Bass. Again, Raven homered. Hit a grand slam on Tuesday at Independence. The pitch. Hard hit ball, pulled foul. It remains 2-2. The scoreboard's got 3-2, but I do believe it's 2-2. They're checking the count. So it is indeed 2-2. And one of these days, the umpires can yell up at us. We don't have the scoreboard controls up here. Those are being ran from the dugout. 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Ravens barely stays alive. Highland yesterday absolutely destroyed Cloud County. Pair of run rule wins. The pitch. Pulled foul again. Highland has won 3 in a row. They split with Johnson County in a huge series. That was Johnson County's first loss of the league season. Highland's 3rd. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Hard hit ball. That's foul just again outside of 3rd. So Raven peppering the third base bag. Sam Moran, the third baseman, playing off the line a little bit. Now she starts crowding the line a little bit more. Roberts the first one away here in the bottom no score. Here's the pitch. Tried that drop change on the outside corner, missed well wide. Now it's 3-2 to Raven Bass. We'll see if Ben Whitsitt puts Becca Roberts in motion with a 3-2 count. Runner does not go, and Bass pulls it foul once again. Just underway after a 44-minute delay. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, well fouling out of play. That's now 6 straight 2-strike pitches that Raven has fouled off. Once again, the 3-2. Got her swinging. Took something off of it, did Ortega. Got Bass out in front. Now 2 away for third baseman Kiara DeCrane. Kiara hitting .412. Team high 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. That's also a team high. Dragons have 4 batters of 20 or more RBIs. High chopper along third, but it goes foul just out of the reach of Sam Moran, the third baseman. These two teams split a year ago. Hernandez is throwing out 2 of 10 base runners. A little squibber to the right side, fielded by Lexi Hodap. The race to the bag, and Hodap reaches out and tags DeCrane for the final out of the inning. So the Dragons get a leadoff single by Izzy Godinez, but can't do anything more. And after 1 inning in game number 1 at Fun Valley, it's Hutchinson nothing and Highland nothing. No score after one. Steve Carpenter with you. Sound check, test 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got our audio back, thanks to someone. Ran to get the lead runner. So Stockman's. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Dragons with 2 hits, Highland with 1. DJ Cannon threw her first 2 innings in the circle for Hutchinson, 5 strikeouts. Ground ball to short, bobbled by the Daniels, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be a fielding error on the Highland shortstop. So each team. No extra base hits, 6 RBIs that she takes outside from Ortega, ball 1.
Yeah, it works in layers, and he actually put them on the same layer. We got it fixed.
The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Johnson. There's a bunt, drop down, well placed bunt. Julissa Ortega fields and pours it over to the second baseman. Cammy's at second and third, 2 out for sophomore center fielder Ashton Reynolds. Ashton moved down into the 9 slot. She's struggled a little bit as of late.
The center fielder, number 7, Ashton Reynolds.
Reynolds hitting .344 with 31 hits. She taps one foul at the plate. .31 total hits for Ashton. Home run, 17 driven in. Dragons 9-1 here at Fun Valley. Ball a little bit high. If Reynolds can reach, it's back to the top of the order and Izzy Godinez. Pope at third, Cannon at second to pitch. Fouled off out of play to the right. And before too long, everybody's going to have their heads on a swivel with foul balls coming from other parts of the complex. 1-2 the count to Reynolds. The pitch got her swinging and the inning is over. So the Dragons threaten. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. We've completed 2 in game number 1. There's no score. On to the third at Fun Valley on this gorgeous Thursday afternoon. I'll probably say that a million more times because tomorrow's going to be bleh when the weather reaches Hutchinson. Again, the reason why we are playing today, the Blue Dragons and the Scotties. No score as we enter the third inning.
Number 17, Maya Daniels.
Shortstop Maya Daniels leads off for the Scotties here in the third. It's 8-9-1 against DJ Cannon. And it's a strike on the outside corner. Maya Daniels, a .240 hitter, 7 for 18. One home run, or one RBI, one double. Count now 1-1 as the wind starts kicking up a little bit out of the southwest. As long as it stays out of the southwest, I think it'll be tolerable out here. 1-1 pitch. Swung through a pitch up in the zone and Cannon up in the count, 1-2 strikes. DJ's allowed one hit. That came in the first inning with 2 outs. Pitch a little bit upstairs, 2-2. DJ took the loss in her only meeting last year against Highland. That was game 1 at the Scotties softball complex. The pitch got her swinging just to make sure Cam Pope takes it down to first. There's now 6 strikeouts for DJ Cannon in 2 2/3 innings. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, left fielder Alyssa Wesley. Cannon starts her off low and outside, ball 1. Wesley hitting .396 with 19 total hits. 5 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Not bad production out of your 9-hole. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. The usual defensive suspects for the Dragons in the outfield. In left, Becca Roberts. In center field, Ashton Reynolds. In right field, Bryn Stockman. She's already made a fine running catch. Pitch popped up in the infield. Third baseman Kiara DeCrane takes yards and makes the catch, and there's 2 away. That'll be the second time around the order for the Scotties against DJ Cannon. Sam Moran, the third baseman, struck out swinging her first time. There's a looper in the right field. Stockman on the run. She fields it, but kicks it away from her. Throw is cut off. That'll be a single and a fielding error on Stockman. So it's now tied 2 apiece. Hutch with their second error. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Kendra Baldridge. It's a little opposite field blooper. Line in the pitch. That is a foul ball, and the Dragons catch a break. It skipped under the glove of Raven Bass. And just went outside the bag. So the Dragons catch a break, or Highland would have been a run. 1-1 now to Baldridge. And Highland with just 2 singles, but 3 bases of errors have put the Dragons in a little bit of a pinch here. 2-1 now to Baldridge. Overall, the Dragons a .964 fielding team. Both errors committed by outfielders. That's very odd. Little curveball blooped and caught out of the air by DJ Cannon, and that'll end the third inning. A great pitch right into the hands of Baldridge, and she pops out to DJ Cannon to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 error and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. There's no score. Second time around the order for the Blue Dragons against Julissa Ortega. Izzy Godinez, Becca Roberts, and Raven Bass. Izzy Godinez hit a high chopper down the third base line that was fielded by Sam Moran, but she beat out the throw for an infield single. That was career hit number 109 for Izzy. She's now 12 hits away from joining the all-time top 10 in hits in Blue Dragon softball history. 1-0. Hit to center field. On the run is Baldridge. She'll chase it down in the gap for out number 1. Good running catch by Kendra Baldridge. Godin is now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Becca Roberts. Roberts hit into a fielder's choice her first time up. Got it right back up the middle. But right to Maya Daniels, who was on the way. Foul tipped, and it's 0-1. Roberts hitting out of the 2 slot again. I believe this is her 5th game out of the 2 slot. She went around on that rise ball from Ortega, and it's 0-2. So game start, there was hardly any wind. Now the wind is kicked up 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the southwest, blowing toward the left field foul pole. Ortega tried another rise ball. This time Roberts lays off. 1-2 the count to the Dragon left fielder. Roberts hitting .328 for the year. There's a roller along third, but foul. .328 batting average, .423 on base, and again the team high 15 steals. She's been able to wreak havoc. 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. That home run an inside the park home run. 1 pop foul on a play to the left. It remains 1-2. The pitch. Looped into left field. That's down for a hit. So a little slap to the left side reaches the grass. Hutchinson's 3rd hit. First for Becca, now Raven Bass. She had a long at bat. She fouled off 5 straight 2-strike pitches. The last 3 with a full count, but eventually struck out. The first of 2 strikeouts for Ortega. The pitch. Runner goes. And the pitch is fouled out of play. So Ben Whitsett putting the hit and run on. Roberts had a pretty good jump. We told you earlier that Aubrey Hernandez, the Highland catcher, has thrown out 2 out of 10 base runners this year. Hard hit ball. That's in the left field for a hit. Roberts will stop at second. The Dragons have a little something going here in the 3rd. Now 4 hits allowed by Julissa Ortega, and Kiara DeCrane will be the batter. She had a slow grounder to first base when Lexi Hodap to end the 1st inning. Here's the pitch. Taking a little bit low, ball 1. Kiera riding a 7-game hitting streak. Chases that rise ball, and it's 1-1. The pitch. Little popper behind the bag. Had some funny spin. They go to 3rd, and it's thrown wide and into the dugout. That'll allow a run to score, or will it? No, there they go. Now they move the runners up. That's going to be a fielder's choice and then a throwing error on the shortstop, Maya Daniels. Everybody's going to move up Now Scott Jordan, the associate head coach, will come to the circle, and the Dragons have the lead. It was hit right into the Bermuda Triangle of the infield between the pitcher, shortstop, and second baseman. And it was a pretty good play for Daniels to look at third because the runners had to hold up to see if the ball was going to be caught. But the throw was wide and then went into the dugout. So now Raven Bass goes to third. Roberts scores. No RBI on the play. But the Dragons have a 1-0 lead. Brent Stockman will be the batter.
The right fielder, number 14, Brent Stockman.
So Stockman extended her hitting streak to 7 games. 10 hits over that stretch for Bryn. And her averages climbed to 360 coming into the afternoon. She takes strike 1 from Ortega. Stockman hit a 1-2 pitch up the middle for a hitter first time up. And she taps this one foul and will hit from an 0-2 hole. Stockman on Tuesday, in the first game against Independence, was 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. 1 for 3 in the second game. Slow roller along third goes foul. It remains 0-2 to the Dragon right fielder. Bren went through a stretch of 3 straight games without a hit and has hit safely in 7 straight since. Popped up and caught by the shortstop Maya Daniels, and there's 2 away. Bryn got out on her front foot, couldn't do anything with it. So now 2 away for Cameron Pope.
The catcher, number 21, Cameron Pope.
The Blue Dragons in 2-out situations this year, hitting .383 with 2 out with 99 2-out RBIs. Pope hitting .364. That one's hit but foul outside the left field line. Jamie Rose mentioned the Dragons' 2-out hitting prowess in the pregame show as one of the positives. .383 average, 110 hits with 2 out, and 99 2-out RBIs. The pitch popped up. This should get out of play. Hernandez gives a look, and it hits the roof of the complex. And now Cameron hits her out of an 0-2 hole. 1-0 Dragons here in the third on an error. The pitch. That one's hit the left field down for a hit. Bass comes across the score to make it 2-0. So Cam Pope delivers with 2 out, and that is the 100th 2-out RBI of the season for Hutchinson. She drives in her 15th of the year.
DJ Cannon.
And now DJ Cannon, the batter. DJ reached on an error her first time up. We're going to be getting some cross music all the way around here. Good swing and a foul straight back. Now it's 0-2 to Cannon. Ortega up to 62 pitches, and we're not out of the third yet. Rise ball taken high. DeCrane at third, Pope at first. 2 runs across here in the inning for Hutchinson. The pitch. Screwball outside, 2-2. Right-hander's pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Hernandez. Now the count is full on DJ Cannon. So Pope's going to move on the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Going to give her a head start on one into the gap. Here's a pitch. Cork down the left field line, tailing away from Wesley, and it lands foul. Good thing it was. Had that thing stayed fair, Wesley chases it down. She's the only Scotty outfielder playing deep. Center fielder Kendra Baldridge playing a very shallow center. And Sydney Anderson, the right fielder, moderate depth and right. Here's the pitch. High ball 4 and the bases are loaded. First walk issued by Ortega. And now Bree Johnson will be the hitter. She had a sacrifice bunt her first time up. In bases loaded situations this year, the Dragons hitting .389. Here's a loop. That's over the shortstop's glove. 1 run scores. Here comes Pope to score. It's 4-0 Hutchinson as Bree Johnson delivers. Again, 2 out RBIs, 3 here in the inning. That just got over the glove of Maya Daniels, the shortstop. Cannon stops at second. Both DeCrane and Pope score. 2 RBIs.
Center fielder number 7, Ashton Reynolds.
That's 4 unearned runs in the inning against Ortega, but Hutchinson has taken advantage of the error, and now they lead at 4-0 with Ashton Reynolds, the batter, the ninth batter. Then that ball gets past the catcher, and everybody's going to move up on the wild pitch. So now 2 in scoring position as the entire infield will get with Julissa Ortega. Try to calm her down. Might be buying Heidi Jordan a little bit of time here. Reynolds struck out her first time. Here's the pitch. Late on that offering, and it's 0-1. Or excuse me, 1-1. Reynolds has hit safely in the 3 of her last 4, going 6 for 15. Pitch taken a little bit inside, and it's 2-1. They actually checked that. Okay. Ken Profit rules that Ashton checked her swing. And she's ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch. Strike at the knees, and now the Dragon fans are groaning at that one. 2-2 the count now. The wind in the 2-2. Slice foul off to the right. What the Dragons have done, in addition to scoring 4, and then they've ran the pitch count on Julissa Ortega up to 73 pitches now through 2 2/3 innings. Part of this, the third inning being elongated by the error. As all 4 runs are unearned. Charge to Ortega. Here's the pitch. It's a hot shot, fair, and fielded by the first baseman, Lexi Hodap. She's right at the bag, steps on it, and the inning is over. But the Dragons send 9 to the plate and score 4. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The error is a big player in the inning, and 2 left on. After 3 here in game number 1, it's Hutchinson 4, Highland 0. So DJ Cannon stay to a 4-run lead after an error opens the gate for 4 runs. First, a throwing error by shortstop Maya Daniels leads to a run. Then Cameron Pope, an RBI single with 2 outs. Then Bree Johnson, a 2-run single just off the glove of a leaping Maya Daniels in the left center field. Hutchinson leads at 4-0. 3, 4, and 5 here in the Highland fourth against DJ Cannon, Sydney Anderson, Aubrey Hernandez, and Lexi Hodap. And that music here from the background is over on field 2 as Hutch High prepares to place the line of south. First offering of the 4th inning to Sydney Anderson is high and tight, ball 1. Anderson singled to center field her first time, then went all the way to third on a 2-base fielding error by center fielder Ashton Reynolds. Pitch fouled out of play to the right, and it's 1-1. Blue Dragon baseball took a turn for the worse. They now trail Garden City 7-4 in the middle of the 6th inning. They had a 4-2 lead in that game. Won the first game 5-0. Strike called, and it's 1-2. Unable to hear the audible call, so I have to wait on some of these strike calls to make sure they're strikes. 1-2 pitch, a little bit upstairs, and it's 2-2 to Anderson. The crowd growing, excuse me. It's, of course, this game was supposed to be played tomorrow. 2-2. Roller to the left side, fielded by Kiera DeCrane. Strong throw to first. 1 away. Anderson now 1 for 2, and that'll bring up the catcher, Aubrey Hernandez. She struck out her first time. DJ through now 3 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. And that's it. Started out with 5 strikeouts the first 6 batters she faced. Finds the knees on the inner half for strike 1 to Hernandez. A lot of pop in Hernandez's bat. Pops this one back over the roof, in fact, onto the roof, and it's 0-2. Again, this Highland offense, always potent. It has been for the last several years under Heidi Jordan, hitting .380 this year. Slugging .617 as a team, 32 home runs. Hernandez, the team leader with 9 round trippers. Pitch way high and outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hernandez slugging .914. They have 3 batters as Highland of .750 slugging percentages or higher. Baldridge at .750, Anderson at .897. Line shot, that's fair, down the right field line and into the corner for extra bases. Hustling it in is Bryn Stockman. It's a 1-out double for Hernandez. Her 5th 2-bagger of the year. Opposite field shot down the right field line. And it's a runner at second, 1 away for Lexi Hodap, the first baseman. Hodap took a called third to start the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. The pitch. A little bit low, ball 1. That time DJ decided to challenge her. Went right up the ladder and Hodap swung and missed. That had some zip to it. Now she takes something off, goes with the screwball, it's swung on and missed, and she's up in the count on Hodap 1-2. DJ will primarily work away from right-handed hitters, but she's become very more efficient inside. See what she does here on the 1-2 pitch. Went with the changeup and missed a little bit low, 2-2. Now the wind, once blowing about 15, has become calm. Here's the 2-2. Pop foul on a play, and that time DJ did come in on the hands. of Lexi Hodap. Flag in center field, almost motionless. About 15 minutes ago, had a pretty good gust out of the southwest blowing here. Nothing like it was on Tuesday. That was atrocious to play in down in Independence. 2-2 pitch, foul off to the right. Count remains 2-2. And this game got started 44 minutes late because of umpire issues. 2-2 pitch. Changeup misses high and struck by Cam Pope. That's going to allow Hernandez to go to third on a pass ball. I think there might have been a cross-up. I think Cam was expecting something a little harder. Got crossed up. Now it's a full count with a runner at third. Here's the payoff pitch. Got her swinging on a rise ball. Big time for her 7th strikeout. Check that, her 6th strikeout. Now a runner at third, too, away for the second baseman, Cammie Zimmerman. Zimmerman struck out swinging her first time. Swing and a miss, strike one. A former Blue Dragon great has entered the complex. Megan Hudson was coaching at Independence last year, no longer in coaching. Good to see her in town. Pitch taken a little bit high, and it's 1-1. Megan, her sophomore year in 2009, put together one of the best years in Blue Dragon history. There's a 1-1. That's up the middle, and Highland's on the board. So Zimmerman puts one right back up the box to score Highland's first run, and the Dragon lead now 4-1. Good piece of hitting by Zimmerman. She went and got it. Right now an unearned run. Because of the pass ball, another base hit would make it earned. Now designated player, Haley Donaldson. Donaldson flew out to right. Good running catch by Brent Stockman at the line. Screwball from DJ misses low and away for ball one. DJ's pitch count climbing a little bit, now up to 66 through 3 2/3 innings. So all the offense has come with 2 out in this one. Dragons scoring 4 in the bottom of the third. The big play there, the throwing error to keep the inning alive by Maya Daniels. And Cam Pope, Bree Johnson delivering RBI hits after that. Here's Zimmerman with a 2-out single back up the box. There's a strike on the outside corner. Highland 40 of 42 in stolen bases this year as a team. So equally as effective as the Blue Dragons on the bases. Was lifted to right field. Brent Stockman to her left has it gauged and the inning is over. So minimal damage, but an unearned run nonetheless. No 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on. Halfway through in game number 1, our new score, the Dragons 4 and the Scotties 1. Evidently, we've got all kinds of changes. I think Jamie Rhodes is going to come up here and get them for me. Izzy Godinez to lead off the bottom of the fourth. And we're going to step off and let Jamie. First of all, there's a ground ball fielded by the shortstop. Poured across in time, one away. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we've got the changes. Sam Moran now moves over to second base. Two and two now to Becca Roberts. Here's a 1-2, a little bit inside. Count is full. Here's a wind in the pitch. That is a foul ball just outside of third. So Serena Salazar is now at third. Pitch. Two hopper to the third baseman, Hodap. She tags out. Roberts, two away. So now Raven Bass. 1 for 2, a single and a run scored.
Raven Bass.
Salazar will hit in the 8 hole for Maya Daniels, who's now out of the game. And it's strike 1 to Raven. Also into the game is freshman McKinley Jenner. Hard hit ball. That's past the third baseman in the left field. Raven now 2 for 3. She timed on that one and turned on it. Now Kiara DeCrane, who's 0 for 2. Kiara reached on the fielder's choice that started the 4-run third inning. Dragons had runners at first and second. Pitch from Ortega outside, ball 1. And she dropped it right in behind the pitching circle. The shortstop, Maya Daniels, got 2. It spun to go to third to get the force, but then threw it into the dugout. And that allowed the Dragons to open up. There's a high chopper to third, fielded by Salazar. High throw, but Hodap keeps the bag, and the inning is over. So the Dragons go quickly in the fourth, despite the 2-out hit by Raven Bass. We go to the fifth, 4-1 Hutchinson. Welcome back to Fun Valley. Still trying to get all these changes. They threw a big ton at us at Highland. But now Serena Salazar will hit for the first time. She will be hitting in the 8 slot for Maya Daniels. Salazar, a 211 hitter, 375 on base percentage. Hitting from the left side. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1. Big inning for DJ Cannon. There's the pitch. In there for a strike. Cannon would love to stem the tide. Highland seems to be gaining some momentum. That pitch fouled off. Nearly clipped a Hutch High fan. Goes screaming into the stands. They're underway over on field 2. Little loop that Izzy Godinez will chase down in front of the second base bag for the first out. Nice pitch from DJ. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on for Hutchinson. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors, 3 left on for the Scotties. Now Alyssa Wesley. She popped up to third baseman Kiera DeCrane her first time up. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Well delivered pitch, and it's 1-1. DJ Cannon right now with 30 career wins, the 4th Dragon pitcher ever to reach 30 career wins. One's high pop down the right field line, hooking into foul territory. Bree Johnson gets to it but can't come up with it. That'll just be a foul ball. Bree made a long run, great attempt. Just couldn't quite get to it. Now the 1-2. This one's popped up, should be playable for Raven Bass. Now into foul territory, makes the catch. A little bit of a collision with Wesley, but Raven able to put the squeeze on it. 2 up and 2 down for now second baseman Sam Moran. Moran 1 for 2, a 2-out single in the 3rd. She also struck out once. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside, ball 1. The pitch. Loop foul. And it is 1-1. Cannon looking to even her career record against Highland at 1-1. She won a complete game last year and lost 8-4. 1-1 pitch. A little bit inside, 2-1. It's going to be a very chatty afternoon now that the other ball games are underway. Right now with all the rain, everybody backed up, especially the high schools. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it into the Dragon stands, and it's 2-2. Dragons with 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Highland has scratched 1 in the top of the 4th. We now play in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Pop foul out of play. Blue Dragon SID photographer Joel Powers impervious to the foul ball. First time he ever wears one, he'll become pervious. You do this long enough, you will catch one at some point. Here's the 2-2 from Cannon. Blowing outside, full count. Kendra Baldridge is on deck. Base is empty, two-wayer in the top of the fifth. Here's the payoff pitch from Cannon. Lost her. First walk issued by DJ. Moran with 3 stolen bases. We'll see if Scott Jordan puts her in motion. With now shortstop Kendra Baldridge. She started the game in center and moved in. Pitch a little bit upstairs, ball 1. Ground ball past Bree Johnson. Headed for third is Moran. It'll be runners at the corners, 2 out for the Scotties, coming to the heart of the order. Ball had plenty of top spin to zip past Johnson. So now the tying run comes to the plate, and Sydney Anderson, who's 1 for 2. DJ's worked without base runners only once in her first 5 innings. That was a 1-2-3 second. He's come up with a big hit pitch here to keep it at a 3-run lead. Cannon's pitch. Strike called. Thought I heard it. Our home plate umpire immediately calls it audibly, but then, like ASA umpires do, will wait till they throw the right hand out. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. No problem hearing that one. So DJ a strike away from getting out of the 5th. Highland's only run has come with 2 out, and all 4 of Hutchinson runs have come with 2 out. Waste pitch misses way outside, and it's 1-2. Cameron Pope drops the sign for Cannon. The pitch. Slow roller right side, fielded by Bree Johnson on to first, and the inning is over. So Bree ranged far to her left to go get it. Then came up clean and through to Raven Bass to end the inning. No runs, a hit, and 2 left. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Dragons 4 and the Scotties 1. Brent Stockman, Cameron Pope, DJ Cannon, 5, 6, and 7 against Highland sophomore Julissa Ortega. Out at Garden City, Dragons trailing Garden City 8-6 in the 7th. That game scheduled for 9. They won the first game 5-0. It's ball 1 to Brent. Stockman 1 for 2. Now with a 7-game hitting streak. She singled to lead off the second, and she's ahead in the count here, 2-0 to Ortega. High fly ball to center. Drifting back is Alyssa Wesley. She's got it for out number 1. Stockman now 1 for 3. That'll bring up Cameron Pope. Her 2-out single to left field drove in Hutchinson's second run. Cam now 1 for 2, driving in her 15th RBI of the year. She's late on that breaking pitch, 0-1. Pitch a little bit high, and it's 1-1. Another update from Garden City. Brock Schaefer with a solo home run in the top of the 8th. And Hutchinson trims the Garden City lead now to 8-7. Still batting in the top of the 8th at Williams-Stadium. Here's a line shot that could get to the gap and reaches the fence. Cameron with a big turn, but stays on at first. She's got a 2-hit game. Hutchinson's now out hit. Highland 8-5. Well hit ball by Pope, and that'll bring up DJ Cannon. Reached on an error and walked. 0-1.
The pitcher number 15, DJ Cannon.
This is the first time I can say on outside ball 1. Yeah. Here's the 1-0. That's grounded inside the bag at third. Pope will stop at second. DJ gets her first hit. 2 on, 1 out for Bree Johnson. She hit a 2-run single just off the glove of shortstop Maya Daniels. Just climbed off the tip of her glove in the left field. That plated 2. And at the time gave Hutchinson a 4-0 lead. Fly ball to left toward the line. The catch is made, no advancement. There's 2 away. That'll bring up center fielder Ashton Reynolds. Been talking about 2-out hitting.
The center fielder number 7.
And the Dragons now with 3 2-out RBIs on the afternoon. First pitch swinging is Reynolds. She fouls it off to the right. Reynolds with 2 outs this year. I think a cool 440 with 9 2-out RBIs. 11 for 25. The pitch. Taken upstairs, ball 1. If Reynolds can reach, it'll be Izzy Godinez. Line in the pitch. Grounded slowly to second. Fielded by Moran on to first, and the Dragons are done in the 5th. They get a couple of singles from Pope and Cannon with 1 out, but can't do anything with them. Dragons have now stranded 8 through 5 innings. We go to the 6th. Hutchinson 4 and Highland 1. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. DJ Cannon out to the circle for her 6th inning. She'll work the middle third of the Highland order here in the 6th. Hutchinson leading 4-1. It will be Aubrey Hernandez, Lexi Hodap, and McKinley Jenneret. Dragons with 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Highland has 1 run in the top of the 4th. Big day for Hutchinson as they try to establish themselves amongst the elite of the league. Pitch fouled back by Hernandez. He's 1 for 2. She doubled and scored in the 4th. Hutchinson 23-5 overall. 4 of those losses have come to teams above them in the Jayhawk East. That bothers Jamie Rose, the head coach. Hard hit, ground ball right to third baseman Kiera DeCrane, who pours it across in time, 1 away. Very little reaction time for Key, who was a step in front of the bag, but it was hit right at her. So 1 away now for first baseman Lexi Hodap. Hodap has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. DJ Cannon now through 5 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits, 1 unearned run. Pitch taken upstairs. DJ now 310 career strikeouts, second only to Holly Kelly's 408. Hodap wouldn't chase that rise ball. It's 2-0 to the Scotty first baseman. Holly Kelly, of course, completing her senior year at Missouri State out of the Missouri Valley. Here's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. DJ coming off a 2-hitter against Independence on Tuesday. Gave up a couple runs and a couple of walks. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2. She said that the longer that game went on Tuesday, as cold as it was with the wind, it became increasingly difficult to grip the ball. Late in the game, she gave up a couple of walks and then a bloop single, scored a pair. There's a to right field, going back is Bryn Stockman. It's over her head and will one-hop the wall. So pulling into second base with a 1-out double is Hodap. Off the bat, it didn't look like it was hit that well, but it kept traveling and got over Bryn's head. She really didn't have a chance. So now 6 hits for the Scotties. Thinking we may get a pinch runner at second base. McKinley Jenneret will be the batter. That's fine. We will see if we can get a number.
22.
Thank you. Whitney DeGonia will be the pinch runner at second base. Hodap will definitely re-enter. So now Jenneret, 467 hitter, 7 for 15, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs, and she takes ball one. She came into the game an inning ago with all the defensive replacements by Scott Jordan, the associate head coach of the Highland Scotties. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and it's 1-1. Now 98 pitches for DJ Cannon through 5 1/3 innings. No, the rest of the Jayhawk East watching this one close. The pitch. Cam Pope tried to frame it, couldn't get the call. It's 2-1 to Jenneret. Highland with 3 league losses. Cowley and Johnson County with 1 each. Rise ball swung through, miss, and it's 2-2. Labette with 3 league losses. They're 7-3. Then the Dragons at 8-4. So the top 5 in the Jayhawk East have separated themselves a bit. Here's the pitch. Off the plate wide, full count.
No problem. Just happy I had it for you. Appreciate it. Yep.
Runner at second, one away here in the sixth. The Dragons lead 4-1. The pitch. Got her swinging. That's strikeout number 8 for DJ Cannon. Now runner at second, 2 away for the designated player, Haley Donaldson.
Designated player number 7, Haley Donaldson.
Donaldson has flown out twice to Bryn Stockman in right field. The pitch. Sprayed foul to the right. Behind me, Hutch High and Salina South varsity underway. Salina South was a 4-0 lead in the top of the second. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-2. Ray Aguirre dropping the sign for Cameron Pope. Now at the Cannon, the 0-2 pitch. Foul off. Donaldson in the protective mode, didn't want to take any chances and fought that pitch off. She stays alive at 0-2. Another shot to the right. Definitely looks like Donaldson's going to right field. Cannon has continued to work her away. Donaldson up on the plate a little bit. Here's the 0-2. Wouldn't chase the rise ball, 1-2. So the Dragons perhaps trying to change the eye level of Donaldson. See if something comes low and away off speed on this delivery from Cannon. Now the 1-2. Tried up in the zone again now, 2-2. Pitch just missed. Hodap singled or doubled with 1 out. Pitch runner at second. Another foul off to the right. Got some elongated at bats for both starting pitchers in this one. Pitch counts have been run up both ways. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to first baseman Raven Bass. She makes the backhanded stop. 1 step to the bag and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Hutchinson 4 and Highland 1. Izzy Godinez leads off for Hutchinson here in the bottom of the 6th. Dragons leading 4-1. Jaleesa Ortega's pitched a fine ball game. Defense let her down, and then she gave up a couple of 2-out hits. That's the difference. Strike 1 to Izzy, who's 1 for 3. Ortega, 5 innings, pitched 9 hits, 4 unearned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 wild pitch. Little blooper to center. And coming on to get it is Alyssa Wesley. Good running catch, and there's 1 away. Now Becca Roberts 1 for 3. A third inning single and a run scored. She scored the first run of the game on the error that led to the Hutchinson's big. 1-0 to Becca. Chopped along third, but it will trickle foul. Again, if you're just joining us, wondering why this minutes old, it's really not. There was a 44-minute delay as we waited for a second umpire. And then also, if you just didn't hear or didn't see on Sunday's game, there's a looper in the lead. We can't get to this one. That's a two-hit game for Becca Roberts. She singles with one out. Wouldn't be surprised if she's on the move in this at bat. With Raven Bass coming on. Raven a two-hit game, 2 for 3. Dragons have 10 hits in the game. But getting back, KCK's game that was originally scheduled for Saturday, then moved to Sunday because of weather, now will be played next Wednesday, April 11th at 2 and 4 here at Fun Valley. Curveball from Ortega, misses low and away, ball 1 to Bass. Blue Dragon baseball has just tied it at 8 in the top of the 9th. Wyatt Divis drives in a run, so they're tied at 8 now. Big cut and a miss. Now the ball gets away from the catcher, Hernandez. So that takes the stolen base off the plate. It'll be a wild pitch charge to Ortega. And a 1-1 count on Raven Bass. An RBI opportunity for Raven. Would love to tack on another run here with a 3-run lead. This Highland team very capable of late inning comebacks. 2-1 now to Bass. My good friend Russ Karn, hopefully listening back in up in Highland. Russ and I have been friends for a long time. Both of us working for the conference. One of the great guys of the league. Curveball catches the outside corner. And it's 2-2. Russ does the play-by-play for the Scotties when they're at home. Here's 2-2 pitch. Ortega tried the curveball again and missed. Full count to Raven Bass. Raven was getting power the other way. We've seen it. Here's the 3-2. Hard hit ball. That's in the left field for a hit. Stopping at third is Roberts, and it's first and third, 1 out for Kiara DeCrane. A 3-hit game for Raven.
The third baseman, number 16, Kiara DeCrane.
This is Raven's third 3-hit game of the year. She has 9 multi-hit games. Hutchinson now with 11 hits off Julissa Ortega. And we'll get a pinch runner at first base. So Shelby Felbus, the pinch runner at second base for Raven Bass, and now Scott Jordan will head to the circle to discuss strategy. First and third, 1 out. The double steal is in play, and the fleet-footed Becca Roberts at third. Shelby Felvis, the freshman from Marion, has 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts on the year. And Marion just happens to be the same hometown as former Blue Dragon, now in the stands. So the meeting is over. It was all strategy. Now Kiara DeCrane has an RBI opportunity. Key today, 0 for 3. When she reached on, again, she has the big play of the game. She blooped that fielder's choice right into the Bermuda Triangle of the infield. So Big opportunity here for the Dragons. That one's hit the left and caught, and there will be no tag from third. Good running catch by McKinley Jenneret, who was coming in, really gave Roberts no chance to tag up. So now it's going to take a 2-out knock from Bryn Stockman.
The right fielder, number 14, Bryn Stockman.
Bryn 1 for 3. The wind in the pitch. Line shot, knocked down by the third baseman. And Salazar throws over to make the play and complete the inning. So the Dragons put a couple on but can't cash in. And now we head to the 7th inning. Hutchinson leads Highland 4-1. Here, Blue Dragons win for Hutchinson. Salazar. Salazar was one of the defensive replacements. Cannon's pitch outside from allowed 1 unearned run on 6 hits, walked just 1. The pitch. Chopped to third. DeCrane bobbles, and there won't be a play. That'll be an error on DeCrane. So the slapper speed of Salazar pays off as DeCrane couldn't recover from the bobble. We'll get a pinch hitter now. It'll be Hope Eckley pinch hitting for Alyssa Wesley. Eckley, a .235 hitter, 4 for 17, has driven in a couple. Hitting out of the 9-hole. So Scott Jordan using all his roster. Hitting from the left side is Eckley. The pitch from Cannon's right in there for a strike. Right now the runner at first means nothing to Cannon. The tying run sits in the on-deck circle. And if you're Hutchinson, you just as soon leave her there. The pitch. Lace foul off to the left, and it's very quickly 0-2 to Eckley. Eckley playing in her 15th game. She has scored 6 runs. 0-2. Got her swinging. The batter will be out. That'll be a pass ball charge to Pope as her second of the game. As Salazar moves up to second. Now it's back to the top of the order. Now second baseman Sam Moran. 1 for 2 with a walk. She walked in the 5th, singled in the 3rd. Again, the runner at second base right now rendered meaningless as long as the on deck. High fly ball, left center field. Reynolds going back and she can't get to it. Only coming to third will be the runner Salazar, but now the tying run comes to the plate. There's a high drive to left center field. And now the Scotties come to through the heart of the order. Shortstop Kendra Baldridge, 1 for 3. Now that runner at third does become meaningful as the tying run comes to the plate. Hutchinson leading 4-1 here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Ball 1. That Jamie Rose was worried about. Her team pressure is on, and right now for the Blue Dragons, the pressure. Swing and a miss on a rise ball. Cannon challenged Baldridge up in the zone and won that battle. Count even at 1-1. The wind has started to pick up. Again, blowing toward the left field corner. 1-1. Strike 2 on a swing and a miss. Dragons haven't been in many of these situations this year. That's a line to left field. That's down for a hit. This will plate 1. Is moving on to second is Baldridge. That was a 1-2 pitch DJ Cannon wish he could have back. Salazar scores. Moran moves up to third. It's now 4-2. On back-to-back doubles for Moran and Baldridge, and now Sydney Anderson. Tying run at second base with 1 out. Anderson 1 for 3, and now Ray Aguirre, the Blue Dragon pitching coach, will try to settle down DJ and finish this thing off with a victory. We told you that Highland very capable of big inning comebacks and late inning comebacks, and they're primed for another one right here. That 1-2 pitch that Cannon served up to Baldridge was right over the plate, and Baldridge deposited down the left field line. Lucky it didn't score 2. But now it's Moran at third, Baldridge at second, Anderson the batter. It's the little things that help you beat nationally ranked teams, and right now the Dragons not doing the little things late in the late going here. Here's a pitch. Foul out of play to the right. As Cannon now reaches 121 pitches for the afternoon. Jamie Rose and I had a talk about the little things this morning. The pitch. Lifted high and deep to right center field. Stockman back, makes the catch at the fence. 1 run will score to make it 4-3. Baldridge thought about coming all the way from second, but it's a sac fly for Anderson to make it 4-3 now with 2 outs. Bryn Stockman caught that right on the fence. So Moran tags. And now it's catcher Aubrey Hernandez. Tying run at third base, 2 out. 4-3 the score now. We're down to cases. Cannon's pitch. Ground ball knocked down. Bree Johnson has it on to first, and the Dragons win it. The Dragons knock off number 9, Highland. It was tight in the end, 4-3, but Hutchinson gets the victory, and we'll wrap it up right after this. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. The Blue Dragons knock off number 9 Highland 4-3 in 7 innings. Things got a little tight as DJ Cannon gave up a pair of runs in the 7th inning. But the Blue Dragons hold on and get their 7th consecutive victory and now improve their record to 24-5 overall, 9-4 in league play. Highland falls to 22-5, 13-4. The totals in this one for the Blue Dragons: 4 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, 10 left on base. For Highland, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on base. The winning pitcher, DJ Cannon, now 13-2, career win number 31 for Cannon. Jaleesa Ortega takes the loss. She drops to 2 of 3, and time of ball game in 1 hour and 48 minutes. This game came down to errors and 2-out hits. The Dragons scored 4 runs in the 3rd inning. All started by a blooper in the infield off the bat of Kiara DeCrane that landed, and shortstop Maya Daniels spun to third to try to get the lead runner and threw the ball into the dugout, allowing the first run to score. Then Cameron Pope with an RBI single, Bree Johnson with a single, all coming with 2 outs. Hutchinson had a 4-0 lead. Highland scored a 2-out run in the top of the 4th and plated 2 in the top of the 7th to get the victory. And Hutchinson got the victory 4-3. Very quick offensively for the Blue Dragons. Raven for 4 scored a run, 2 hits each. Run and drove in a run. Bree Johnson, a 2-run single. She was 1 for 2. The Dragons had 11 total hits, none for extra bases. In the circle, DJ Cannon allows 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. She struck out 9 and walked 1 in her, let me check this for sure real quickly, her 13th complete game of the year. She's second all time in that category as well. So the Blue Dragons get the win 4-3 in game number 1. And now go after the sweep as Des Schultz will take the circle in game number 2. Fans, you'll have to change the links. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with game number 2. Until then, for Brandon Sams and Thomas Nelson, Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley, the final score of game number 1, Hutchinson 4, and the number 9 Highland Scotties 3. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Until then, so long, everybody.